Hello guys, welcome back to TFD, coming back with another video. And it looks like Caitlin Clark could be making an extreme comeback based off some brand new footage that just surfaced from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Guys, for this one here, we gotta take it all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Music. Now listen, it is another day, and it is another episode of some new Caitlin Clark workout footage shaking up the entire WNBA community. Now, I'm not saying she's going to come back definitively, but let's be real, there are loopholes, there are possibilities, and if the Indiana Fever really wanted to make a run for that championship, you already know there would be no hesitation in letting Caitlin step back on that floor. And let's be honest, if she's healthy, if she's showing signs that she's ready to roll, then you do whatever it takes to put your superstar back in the mix. Because that's the kind of game changer Caitlin Clark is. We're talking about one of the most dangerous shooters women's basketball has ever seen. And based on this new footage, man, she's looking way ahead of schedule. Now here's the thing, we haven't yet seen Caitlin in full-on game contact drills. No one's been bumping her, testing her body physically, or seeing how she reacts to pressure situations defensively. But when it comes to her shot, her release, her rhythm, my goodness, she looks locked in. Her mechanics are there, her confidence is there, and the way the ball is flying off her hands? It just screams, I'm ready. So this clip that's been making the rounds online is Caitlin Clark pulling logo threes like it's nothing. I mean, we're talking Steph Curry range, deep, effortless, and the crowd in the gym is just buzzing. And it's not just one or two shots. She's drilling them in rhythm, consistent, back-to-back. That's not somebody who's testing their jumper. That's somebody who's preparing for a return. And what's wild is this wasn't just some random home gym session. This was at Gainbridge at the Fever's house, with trainers around, with cameras rolling. That makes it all the more interesting because if the Fever organization is putting this out there, or at least letting this circulate, then you already know there's smoke to this fire. They know what they're doing. They know this is going to stir up speculation. Now, here's the bigger question. What does this mean for the WNBA? If Caitlin Clark somehow comes back earlier than expected, the entire playoff picture shifts. Every single team out there knows how lethal she is, and the Fever, already building chemistry, already grinding, would suddenly have their superstar sniper back in uniform. That's scary. That's a nightmare for defenses. I'm telling y'all right now, this is the kind of storyline that flips the league upside down. The WNBA rode Caitlin Clark's wave all season, and if she steps back on that court, you thought the ratings were big before, man, they're about to skyrocket. So yeah, we don't know yet if it's official, but from the footage, Caitlin Clark looks ready to return, and if she does, the entire basketball world better be ready. So, let me pull this up real quick, guys. Hold on. So, as you can see right here, this just dropped. Let me go ahead and zoom in so y'all can see it better. Yeah, there we go, blown all the way up on the screen. Now, this right here is coming straight out of Gainbridge. I believe this footage might be from today, but let's take a closer look and break it down together.
Got Caitlin Clark doing work over here. Money.
Caitlin Clark is back, y'all, and she's moving in a way we haven't seen in a minute. She's putting pressure on that leg again, and not just moving around, she's pulling up from deep. I'm talking logo threes. Now, yeah, she did miss one of them, but that's not even the point. The point is she looks like herself again. She looks locked in. She looks back. And hold up, let's talk about this for a second. I don't think I've seen the stadium looking like this before. Is that a brand new banner? Or maybe some kind of fresh setup? Because it looks different, for real. And are those yellow towels being laid out across the seats? Could be something special going on here. I don't know for sure, but it definitely looks new. Now, I just checked. This came straight from Krista's account. This was posted today, and it's making the rounds already. So if you haven't seen it yet, here it is. But she taking video from TikTok. The original video from TikTok. Shout out to young Thanos, he posted video today.
Got Caitlin Clark doing work over here. Money.
Just like I told y'all yesterday, this whole Caitlin Clark situation has everybody speculating. People really believe she could be making a comeback based on the way the WNBA rules are set up right now. And I broke that down yesterday, so I'm not going to rehash every detail, but I think by now most of us understand how exactly it could happen. It basically comes down to the injury situation and the roster flexibility the league gives teams during the postseason. Now, the key part here is Damiris Dantas. If she ends up officially ruled out for the season, that changes the picture completely. That move would allow Indiana to free up a roster spot, and from there, Caitlin could step in and be activated. Remember, when the playoffs started, she wasn't listed active, but league rules make it clear, if a season-ending injury happens, teams can use that spot. And if you've seen the clips floating around lately, I don't think Caitlin is just out there casually putting shots up, man. This isn't a prank, it's not for Instagram highlights. To me, it looks like preparation. Think about it. If Indiana manages to get past these rough first rounds and they're lining up against Las Vegas or even pushing toward the finals, the timing could get very spooky for the rest of the league. Imagine Clark back in uniform, out on that floor, stretching defenses with her range and energy. That changes everything, bro. You don't need her to come back and play 40 minutes, but just her presence alone completely shifts the game plan for the Aces or any other team they'd face. From what we've seen, Caitlin looks comfortable, mobile, and honestly, way ahead of schedule. Scott Agnes even posted a recent clip where she was moving around with confidence, knocking down shots, and just flat out looking like herself again. That doesn't look like someone still stuck recovering from a groin injury. And look, I said it before, this groin injury timeline never made sense to me. They talked about it like it was going to be this 10-week ordeal, but come on man, you don't typically see something stretched out like that unless it's a much bigger issue. And Caitlin has been out now well past that window. I'm just being real, at this point, it feels less like she can't play, and more like the Fever are making a calculated decision on when to use her. I really believe she's over the worst of it, she's healthy, and the team just doesn't want to risk re-aggravating anything unless it's absolutely necessary. But bro, if they're serious about making a run, you can't leave someone like Caitlin Clark on the sidelines. Not when she's healthy, not when she's one of the biggest difference makers in the game. So my theory? The Fever are playing this smart, keeping things close to the chest, but preparing behind the scenes. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we see Clark activated in the middle of these playoffs, catching everybody off guard. And if that happens, man, the entire playoff picture flips upside down. Indy with Caitlin Clark back, even at 80%, is a completely different team. She's been spotted during warmups. She's been spotted taking shots in practice. She's even been seen moving around with that same confidence we all know she has. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but it really feels like something is being cooked up behind the scenes. I think there's a real possibility Caitlin Clark could be preparing for a quiet return. That's just my theory, though. I'm not saying it's official. But you guys know how this works. Sometimes when the little signs start adding up, it's pointing toward something bigger. And honestly, the way she's been looking out there, it wouldn't shock me one bit if she's gearing up to surprise everybody. At the end of the day, though, we don't have all the details yet. So, I really want to know what y'all think about this. Do you believe Caitlin Clark could actually make this comeback? Or do you think it's just practice footage and nothing more? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section right now. I'll be checking them out. Either way, man, we've got to stay ready, because if she does make this return, it's going to shake up everything. Keep those notification bells on, because you already know I'll be right back here dropping another update as soon as we get it. And until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.